Coming up on today's Locked On NBA Daily, the All-Star break is here, and we're going to celebrate with a redraft of the All-Star teams. Plus, we'll give you our ideas about the All-Star weekend that we want to see before making some predictions on who's going to win the weekend's events. Locked On NBA Daily starts now.
You are Locked On NBA, your daily NBA podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello and welcome back to Locked On NBA Daily, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, now the #1 sports podcast network. However you're tuning in on YouTube or on your podcast app, thanks for making us your first listen every day. Today's episode is brought to you by Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use the code LOCKEDON for $20 off your first purchase. I'm Wes Goldberg, and today we're talking all things All-Star, and we're doing it with the help of Locked On's local experts. I have two of the best with me, as always, from the Locked On Nuggets podcast. He's a senior NBA writer for the Action Network. It's Matt Moore. Matt?
I almost got shirts made that just said "Kill the All-Star Game." I was gonna have that and just like have Haize and I wear them. We could have like hats. We're making a little club called "Kill the All-Star Game." You can join us now. I should make a website and we can make some money off of this. Also, shout out to the Bucks, 2 wins in a row going into the All-Star break.
From the Locked On Bulls podcast, he's a Bears and Bulls creator for Bleacher Report. It's Haize.
What's going on, everybody? Here we are to talk about All-Star content. Yes.
It is the Friday before NBA All-Star Weekend. The All-Star Game itself is on Sunday. The league made some changes to the format. There's going to be 2 USA teams and a world team competing in a round-robin tournament. If you could figure out what that means, good for you. Try to explain it to me. I still haven't figured it out. But those teams have already been drafted. But we thought, hey, now there's 3 All-Star teams. There's 3 of us. Let's redraft the All-Star teams to teams Wes, Matt, and Haize. So I thought this would be fun. And then to decide who would get the first pick, I asked ChatGPT who it thought the All-Star of Locked On NBA was. And it said Nick Angstadt. So I asked Nick to choose one of our names at random, and he said Haize. So Haize, you get the first pick. Now, before we start, I want to clarify, from all of the All-Stars, we are not choosing Steph, Giannis, or Shea because they're hurt, and we're going to go with their injury replacements instead in terms of our player pool. So Haize, you get the first pick. Who are you taking first?
Okay, so I just want to be clear. I'm taking this in the mindset of if this was actually a competitive game,
yes,
these players are going to play competitive.
Yes, we are trying to draft the best basketball teams in real games that ostensibly matter. Yes.
So therefore, I'm starting off with No, I'm just playing. I had to trigger Matt. Nikola Jokic, of course, is the first player that I'm picking.
Oh no, but we're trying to have a competitive All-Star game. Like you've already failed because like you can't pick Joker for a competitive All-Star game. Like some guys might be competitive. Nikola will never be competitive in an All-Star game.
Well, this is not the game. This is just a game. So if you're just picking these players to play a game, not a game. The moment
not the All-Star game,
not the All-Star game.
All-Star game, they're like, oh, don't worry about it.
We're trying to draft the best basketball team.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Positions and everything.
Okay, I will start. Shea's out because he's injured.
Yep. No Giannis, no Steph.
No Giannis, no Steph.
And Luke and Nikola Jovic. I cover the Miami Heat. Nikola Jokic is off the board.
I'm taking Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah, that's the right pick.
Right pick.
Are we doing this snake style? How should we do this? I have not.
You're the one that wanted to do it. Why are you asking us?
Wait, what is happening here?
All right.
Now I agree with Matt's recording statement. Now I'm on Matt's side.
All right. We're gonna go snake style because I have the third pick, and that's just what's gonna happen here. I'm gonna take Anthony Edwards with my first pick, and then I'm gonna take Kawhi with my next pick. Matt, you're back.
Pick.
Okay, I'll take Luka Dončić.
Yep.
Because
I'm actually gonna take Cade Cunningham.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Haize, you're back up.
Oh, it's my turn again. Positions matter. I will go. No, I was gonna piss. I'll go next. I'll go Jalen Duren.
Ooh.
Jalen Duren.
First reach.
So you're just drafting the Pistons. Is what you've done.
I got Nikola Jokic, Cade, and Jalen. Yeah, I feel
that's
good about that.
That's a pretty good formula. Yeah.
I mean, maybe. I guess I'm trying to figure out how Duren fits with you. Although you do have the rim protection, which is nice. I'll take Donovan Mitchell.
What am I missing? I've got kind of a point. Do I want Ant to be my point guard is the big question here. I'm going to go. You both have your center, so I feel like I can maybe wait. I'm going to go. Give me Jaylen Brown.
Nice pick.
I like my wing defense right now. Oh, and I get the next pick too.
Yeah, Haize definitely did not snake draft, but it's fine. Let's just keep going.
Haize did do snake draft.
did
He went
do
K.
snake
Jalen.
draft.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
He got the Pistons in the snake draft. Give me Chet.
Okay.
I'm going. Oh no, it's
Wait.
not.
Matt's back.
It's mine. I'm looking at who's on the board. So I've got Vic, Mitchell, Luka. Yeah, I'm taking Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah, that was
Ooh,
the
that's a
value.
good pick.
Gotta take the value pick there. I almost went Maxey. Haize.
I will go Devin Booker.
All right, and then you're back up.
Back up. Next up, I'm gonna go Norman Powell.
Wow.
You
All right.
took the Miami guy.
I'm a Powell guy. I love Norman Powell. I'm a Norman Powell guy.
You need a gunner in there. I don't mind it, Matt.
Okay. So now we're getting to it.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're getting to it. I'll take Kevin Durant.
Yeah, that's a good pick. Give me. I'm going value play. Just give me Jalen Brunson. I'm not going to overthink this. All right. I want to recap where we are because this is our starting fives, and now we're about to get into our benches here because we're going to go eight players each on our teams. Haize, you had the number one pick. You went with Nikola Jokic. The rest of your team is Cade Cunningham, Jalen Duren, Devin Booker, Norm Powell. So Cade, Booker, Powell backcourt alongside Duren and Jokic.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. Matt, you've got Wemby as your number one pick, and then you went Luka, Donovan Mitchell, Maxey, Durant. So pretty guard heavy, but Luka, you have the size there. Makes sense. It works. I went Anthony Edwards with my first pick, and then I went Kawhi, Jaylen Brown, Chet Holmgren, Jalen Brunson. So I've got a Brunson-Edwards backcourt, Brown and Leonard on the wing, and then Chet Holmgren at my 5 spot. Who do we think is winning so far?
I mean, Haize has the best player in the world. He's got defense with Cade and Duren. He's got shooting with Booker and Norm. It's a pretty great team. That's really good. Wes, you've got Ant, Kawhi, Chet, Brunson, and who?
Jaylen Brown.
Jalen. Yeah, you're not winning. I've got Victor Wembanyama and Luka Dončić. Like, I don't really know.
I like that 1-5 combo for you.
I don't really know what else I need here because I've got. I mean, I have so many creators here. We're low on defense, but it is.
I feel like you and I could make a trade, Matt, and make our teams better.
Yeah,
Like,
probably.
I can give you a wing defender, and you can give me a creator, and we can.
Yeah, that
you want to make a trade?
work. Yeah, I mean, I'll give you Kevin Durant for Chet.
I need a 5, but I'm willing to come off of Jaylen Brown. If you want to swap a score,
No, I'm
for
good.
a
I'll
defender.
swap you. I'll drop you Duren for Brown.
Okay, so let's make it a 3-way trade. Duren for Brown, and then who did you propose? Durant for Chet.
Yeah.
Done deal. So let's make these
All right.
trades.
All right.
So we've got Duren for Brown, Durant for Chet.
Yeah.
All right. So this is such a dumb segment.
We're just having fun with it.
Yes, that's right.
At this
We are
point.
having as much fun as anyone will have watching the All-Star game this weekend.
And I got Jalen Duren.
By the way,
You
while
have-
Wes is figuring this out on, which is great radio, I just want to say, why is it the All-Star game? Shouldn't it be the All-Star games now?
Because it's a round robin.
Yeah, we have 3 games,
That's true.
4 games.
We're doing it our way, the right way.
I had the last pick. Let's restart at the top. Haize, you get the number 1 pick for our bench round.
Oh, for the bench. Jalen Johnson still on the board?
Jalen Johnson is still on the board.
I'll take Jalen Johnson.
Nice utility guy there. Matt?
I'll take Pascal Siakam.
Good pick, man.
Mm-hmm.
Winning players.
So now I've got okay. Give me Scotty Barnes. We all took our do it all forwards here. And then I'm back. Give me LeBron. Matt, you'll make your pick, and then we'll talk about the changes that we want to see from All-Star Weekend after this. Today's episode of Locked On NBA Daily is brought to you by FanDuel. The Winter Games are officially here, and if you're anything like us, you're locking in for events you only get to see on the biggest stage every 4 years. And that's why following the Winter Games on FanDuel just makes sense. From medal counts to individual events to finding your angle on the sports that you care about most, FanDuel gives you more ways to stay connected to the action. The drama of curling matches that start slow and somehow get intense fast, speed skating races decided by inches, hockey games that feel different right from the opening face-off, even niche events become must-watch when you're fully locked into the competition. FanDuel keeps the entire Olympic experience engaging from start to finish. The Winter Games are on, and there's no better way to follow them than with FanDuel. FanDuel, play your game. Today's episode is also brought to you by Indeed. Hiring isn't just about finding somebody willing to take the job. It's about finding the right person with the right background who can actually help your business move forward. And if you want candidates who match what you're looking for, Indeed sponsored jobs is the move. Because instead of hoping that the right person stumbles across your post, Indeed helps you match with quality candidates by boosting your job listing to the people who fit your specific criteria, like skills, certifications, and location. If I were hiring, I wouldn't just want somebody who can help. I'd want somebody with real experience who can jump right in. That's what I like about Indeed. You can get specific and target exactly what you need. It saves time because you're spending less energy sorting through mismatches. And with sponsored jobs, your post gets seen by candidates who are actually a fit. And here's a stat that says it all. In the minute that I've been talking to you, companies like yours made 27 hires on Indeed, according to Indeed data worldwide. So if you're hiring, spend less time searching and more time interviewing candidates who check all of your boxes with Indeed sponsored jobs. Listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to help you get your job the boost and premium status it deserves at Indeed.com/podcast. That's Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Do it the right way with Indeed. Welcome back to Locked On NBA Daily. The best way to support the show is to subscribe on YouTube. We are Monday to Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern, wherever you get your podcasts.
Okay, so I'm not taking Denny Avdia because he doesn't belong here. I'm not taking Alperen Şengün because he doesn't belong here. So I'm down to Jamal.
Shout out to Matt being committed to the take.
I'm always committed to the bit.
And taking the longest pick of the draft and in our
Towns, Murray, Ingram, and Fox. Ingram doesn't belong either. So I'm down to Towns, Ingram. I'm down to Towns.
Just make the damn pick, Matt.
We have to stall because he scheduled this segment for 2 segments. Jamal Murray.
Okay, there we go.
That's where I was going to go with it if you didn't pick him. So good pick there, Matt. I need a backup point guard, so I'm going to go De'Aaron Fox just by the nature I need a backup point guard.
And then it's back to you.
I am then going to go just so he can be irritant. Oh, well, no, I need another center now. Since I traded Duran, so I'll take Alperen Şengün and also be irritant to Matt.
Matt, you're back up with your last pick.
Towns.
And I will take Denny Avdia. Thank you very much. Shout out to Brandon Ingram. You will be an injury replacement to one of our teams. Final teams. Haize, Nikola Jokic, Cade Cunningham, Jaylen Brown, Devin Booker, Norm Powell, Jalen Johnson, De'Aaron Fox, and Alperen Şengün. Matt, Victor Wembanyama, Luka Dončić, Donovan Mitchell, Tyrese Maxey, Chet Holmgren, Pascal Siakam, Jamal Murray, Karl Anthony Towns. And for me, I've got Anthony Edwards, Kawhi Leonard, Kevin Durant, Jalen Duren, Jalen Brunson, Scotty Barnes, LeBron James, and Denny Avdia. Those are our redraft teams. Does anybody feel very strongly about their team winning this thing?
I do.
In a fake game. Yeah,
I do.
So do
you know what I'm going to do this weekend? I'm going to put these teams in 2K and I'm going to sim them 3 games, round robin. We're going to see. We're going to see who wins.
Yeah. That's what we're going to do. We'll talk about it on Monday because this segment did not go long enough.
All right. Well, I want to talk a little bit longer about it because I think it's worth talking about. Like, okay, so Haize has Joker, who's obvious. Cade is a good shooter, but I don't love the Cade and Jokic fit. Like, that's not a great point guard.
You don't like the Jokic Cade pick and roll?
I don't like it a lot.
Okay.
Because like Cade can pull up and from mid range, but he can't really get to the rim. So you're just like packing the paint. And then it's like Jaylen Brown as a spot up weapon, which is pretty good, but you want Jaylen a little bit more on ball, honestly. Book's great as far as like that counter. And like Norman Powell, like good. I don't know that, starting. Like Norman Powell's probably the weakest starter if we're looking at all these.
Yeah, that's fair.
Meanwhile, I have Luka Dončić, which means
wait. Last thing on Haize's team though.
Yeah.
I think what this team would end up doing a lot of is Devin Booker, Nikola Jokic 2-man game.
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
Cade kind of just standing in the corner, which would end up not being good. Like I could almost see Cade coming off the bench as a sixth man to run the offense when Jokic is off the
Well,
court.
I like him as like a secondary creator, right? Because
Right.
like if you overload and pick and roll, then Cade's killing you on the other side.
That's true. But then Jaylen Brown is maybe a better battering ram version of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Little short on spacing with his team. Like not amazing spacing for Haize. The bench lineups would be really interesting. You could play Haize or you could play Şengün and Jokic together, which would actually be kind of interesting. You'd have to have Jokic space because Şengün can't. Remember when he hit all those threes in Eurobasket and we're like, this is the year. No. Meanwhile, I have Luka Dončić, so my defense is compromised. So it's a good thing I have Victor Wembanyama and Chet Holmgren.
Mm-hmm.
I have
They'll both be hurt by halftime.
True. I have speed to get downhill with Tyrese Maxey. I have Donovan Mitchell's scoring ability. I have Siakam as a do-it-all forward that I can put in. I have Murray as a pick and roll combo with either Wembanyama or Chet. I have the ability to space the floor in my bench units with a 5-out with Towns. I have Luka and Donovan Mitchell together, which is pretty absolutely incredible. And I have pick and roll. I have pick and roll for days. I have Luka Dončić and Victor Wembanyama. How are you stopping the pick and roll? Because I have spacing too.
Mm-hmm. No, your defense is what I'm at. Despite the Luka factor, your defense with Chet and Victor Wembanyama is what I'm mostly.
If you can't defend with Chet Holmgren and Victor Wembanyama, then you cannot build a competent defense with Luka Dončić.
I do think that there's some space to beat you off the dribble and get into some mid-range stuff, which is why I think my team is a specific matchup issue for you, Matt, because I've got Ant, I've got Kawhi, I've got KD, and I've got Brunson. All those guys could just get a step on one of these guys. And before Wemby or Chet close out, get to that mid-range pull-up. I think my team's kind of the best here. Not only I love
who's your center?
Duran.
Okay.
He doesn't need the ball. He's just gonna finish lobs. I got KD, Kawhi, and Ant just raining jumpers on you. And Brunson.
You basically built the 2024 Olympic team without Steph Curry.
Mm-hmm.
No, almost lost to Serbia.
Raptors have officially waived Chris Paul. Not that matters, but
shout out to Chris Paul. It was a good.
I am adding Chris Paul to my All-Star team.
Oh, so you want to lose?
Only in games that matter, Haize. Yeah, I think my team also wins on vibes. I got all the dogs on my team, man. I got like the Killer Instinct group here.
Do you?
I got Ant, I got Brunson, I got KD, I got Kawhi and his like weird robotic thing that he taps into every once in a while. I got LeBron.
Your team's not going to talk to each other at all. You're going to have no chemistry. You're going to have no synergy. You can't play with one another at all.
Ant and KD? They're best friends.
It's just a bunch of guys like ISOing and pulling up for jumpers.
No, LeBron's the vibes king. You don't give him enough credit for that. He brings locker rooms together.
You built the Celtics with the isolation offense. Congratulations.
Oh, don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
Let us know in the comments.
I want to talk about the weekend overall. We're also going to make our All-Star Weekend predictions. We're going to have our All-Star Weekend fixes. All of that coming up here on Locked On NBA Daily. Today's episode is brought to you by Game Time. There's nothing like being in an NBA arena, the crowd, the energy, the moment. Getting tickets, though, that part hasn't always been so easy. That's why Game Time has become the go-to app for scoring tickets fast. Without the hassle, it puts the advantage back where it belongs, with the fans. Pull up the Game Time app, pick an upcoming NBA game, and get tickets locked in within minutes. You'll love seeing the all-in price up front, meaning there's no surprise fees at checkout. And with Seat Views, you can get the view from your seat before you buy, making your decision easier than ever. Features like zone deals help you save even more. You choose a section, Game Time picks the seats, and you save. They have great last-minute options, too, with NBA tickets showing up at solid prices right up to tip-off. Everything feels quick, intuitive, and stress-free from start to finish. So take the guesswork out of buying NBA tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use the code LOCKEDON for $20 off your first purchase. That's code LOCKEDON for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today, and remember, it's gametime.co, not .com. We'll be right back. Thanks for making Locked On NBA Daily your first listen every day. The Locked On Podcast Network has a show for every team, so make sure to check out the show for your favorite team. All right, so let's talk about the weekend overall. I think it's fair to say that we have been All-Star Weekend skeptics here on Locked On NBA Daily, but instead of
haters. Like, let's just be real clear. Haters.
We thought maybe instead of complaining about it, we decided to be the change in the All-Star weekend that we want to see. So I asked you guys to come up with something that you could add or change or fix about All-Star weekend. And if you could make that one add, fix, or change to All-Star weekend, what would it be? Matt, I want to start with you.
So I want it to be like we start off hot and then we kind of like it's a denouement, right? It just slides down a little bit. We kind of cascade out of the weekend. The week of All-Star is the semifinals and quarterfinals of the play-in tournament, or the in-season tournament. So you still have November as when the round robins played. Then you get 2 months. And then in February, this week, we have fewer games. Guys get more of a break. You get an extended time off. And the teams that are playing for something. Thursday night is the quarterfinals, wherever the NBA All-Star weekend is being held, or the semifinals rather, and the finals are held on Friday night. It tips off the weekend. The opening night of All-Star weekend is the finals of the NBA in-season tournament. Then we have Saturday night, which is going to be largely the same. We're going to get rid of the dunk contest. We are going to make more shooting contests because that's where the league is at now. I'm really glad they actually I'm actually really excited for Shooting Stars. Mm-hmm. I wish the teams were a little bit better, but the Shooting Stars competition this weekend, I'm so glad they brought it back. And then Sunday, I don't really care what they do with it. I don't care about the All-Star game. You can do whatever you want with it. You can do whatever. But the big change is we make it into a week-long celebration of basketball. Like the whole week is a celebration of basketball in that city with events every single night. The best part about All-Star Weekend is actually being there. It's one of the few events where I'm like, you're better off being there. It is so great to be able to go to all the installations. If you're, this is kind of a sidebar, but if you are a major hoops fan, if you're watching this, you have to be. Try and go to an All-Star Weekend. You don't even need to get tickets for the game. You really don't. I agree. You don't have to get tickets for the game. You don't even have to go Saturday night. There is so much stuff to do. The Nike installations are always amazing. It is awesome what Nike does consistently. Jordan stuff, all of that. If you do your research and you know where to go, you don't have to go to the parties. You can if that's the kind of thing that interests you and you can find your way in. But like, there's just like a cool way to do it. So that's what we do is we kind of take the emphasis away from the game and we put it on everything else, including the in-season tournament winner on Friday night.
What I like about the schedule tweak there, too, also another feature, the league is already talking about maybe changing the location of the NBA Cup. So if you just put it in the spot where All-Star is, that kind of is, two birds with one stone type of solve problem. And when you're coming out of Super Bowl, the NBA's problem right now is a casual sports fan comes out of football season after the Super Bowl and then lands with an All-Star break that has been a dud for the last few years. If you actually have an NBA Cup there that kind of crescendos at that moment, that's a little interesting. Haize, what about you? What'd you come up with?
So everybody knows my thought process is how I fix the dunk contest. I still think that's a great idea. Have NBA players sponsor a dunker from around the world, have them put on. I think that would be, and I think that's where you get the passion back in the dunk contest. You take dunkers from around the world and they're sponsored by an NBA player. I think that will put on an amazing show. And then we can actually get a dunk contest that matters again, which may even be one of the most fun events in All-Star Weekend if you're able to do that again. The Shooting Stars, keep that the same. What I do so the NFL Pro Bowl basically turned into a flag football game, right? Mm-hmm. Like that's what it is now. How about instead of basketball, because they don't care, just turn the All-Star game into a court-wide dodgeball game with the NBA players on it. Have fun with it.
I would watch the crap out of that. Who would win a dodgeball game? It would be Jokic. It feels like that would 100% be Jokic. That guy is so strong. I don't know. I love that idea. Okay, here's mine. We all know that the NBA players don't try hard during the NBA All-Star game. Okay, I'm done trying to figure out how they're going to try hard, trying to incentivize them with money or charity or whatever. They don't care. They're never going to care. So I came up with, okay, this is how we're going to do it. This is how we're going to do it. We're not going to have an All-Star game MVP because nobody cares about you. The one player who tries a little bit at the end usually wins it. We're going to go the other way with anti-awards. Players don't have to take the trophy home, but it goes on the resume. So I have 5 anti-awards that we're going to hand out after the All-Star game. Award number 1 is the LaMelo Ball Award for the most unserious shot attempt. Whoever takes the most unserious shot, you get the LaMelo Ball trophy. My second award is the Ben Simmons Award for passing up an open layup for no good reason. My third award is the Luka's Defense Award for least distance traveled. We've got the second spectrum cameras on all these arenas. Let's use them. Whichever player at the end traveled the least amount of distance, you get the Luka's Defense Award. You've got the Kyle Kuzma Award for taking the tunnel walk more seriously than the game. And then the final award, and this is the new version of the All-Star MVP, the Nick Young Swaggy P Award for most unserious MVP. And those are my awards. And the players get there, and you get them. You don't have to take the trophy home, but it goes on your resume.
This man was adamant that we have the whole day about All-Star, and then B was like, let's be the change that we want to see and not just crap on everything. And all of his changes, Haize, are mocking everyone.
What do you mean?
Those are his changes.
I'm awarding them. They're getting awards.
By the way, if we're gonna do this, we also probably need to have the redacted player name here that I'm thinking of award for being most hungover. I think it's important that we the players can just vote on it because they'll know who's hungover, and that would be great.
So the media votes on these 5, and then we have a 6th award that's for the player, and just the had the most fun this weekend award.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think that the broader thing is, Haize, what do you want the All-Star weekend to be? Like, what is it that you want it to be?
Abolished?
Yeah, but I mean, if we're gonna have it, what should it be?
I don't know. I'm ruined on All-Star. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm completely ruined. I'll say this. I want it to be entertaining. That's the thing more than anything. It's just be entertaining. And I know that's a low bar to set, but like my dunk contest idea is just about making it entertaining. The Shooting Stars is entertaining. The All-Star game itself, you just got to find a way. Like, I'm over it being competitive. I don't think it's ever going to be competitive. So you just have to do something to where it is actually entertaining. Everything they've tried has not been entertaining at all.
So All-Star is in and of itself an accomplishment, and it's supposed to be, we're going to celebrate these players.
Yes.
And that to me is like where we got to get back to, is there's got to be a celebration of the league and the sport. And we are just very far removed from that because of the money. The money is just like, the money is the problem with all of this. With that's a very broad statement, and it's true in its broadest sentence. But like, that's really the issue here, in part because the league is like, well, we got to do this and this and this because we can make all this money off of it. And the players are like, but I don't see any of that money. So why do I care? What do I get out of this? Which is the wrong way to think about it, because it should be like, I'm going to do this because it's good. Like, it's basketball and kids are watching me, and this is good for the fans. There needs to be like a collective, we are doing this for the good of the fans. Now, I will say, like, NBA Cares does a lot this weekend. Like, they're going to do a lot of stuff this weekend in LA. And it's not just base level stuff. Like, there's real impacts that the league makes in these communities where they go to. But that to me is what we have to get back to, is there's got to be a better job of celebrating basketball and the NBA and its season, rather than what all of this has become. And like, they're leaning the wrong way with like the creators coming in, and everybody's gonna be doing weird creation content for their own streams.
This part, I'm with you, Matt. This feels a lot like when millennials came out into the job force and they were like, you can do Twitter. It was just like people in offices being like, hey, this is how we're going to get to young people. We're just going to do Twitter. And now it's just like, now we're going to get to the young NBA fans. We're just going to do TikTok.
Yeah. And so I just think that there's going to be a better job of figuring out. And it's tough because, okay, should you run like, you know, a special film or something that celebrates it? Nobody's going to watch it. Like, they want people that are juicy. They want stuff that's juicier than that. So whatever it is, I do think the music side of it, they always get pretty good artists, and there's always really good artists in town. But I actually think that they need to like make that a bigger deal. Is like, you should have like a legit like concert series.
This is where I'm with you, Matt, because I agree with Haize that the All-Star game needs to be entertaining. The All-Star weekend needs to be entertaining, but more than anything, it needs to be cool. Right? That was always what it needs to be cool. And you got to put these players in a place where they are cool again. And I don't know that Team USA versus Team World necessarily makes it cool. I don't know what makes it cool. But maybe it needs like almost a halftime show refresh where Apple took it over and just like kind of revamped the Super Bowl halftime show, and then the Super Bowl halftime show became cool again. Somebody needs to come in and just, okay, how do we make All-Star Weekend cool again? Because it's just not cool right now. It's corporate.
Yeah, and I will say, you know, we're in this period now. I don't think this will be how it is forever, because I do think like LeBron will retire, and that will help a lot. Like I'm not somebody that blames LeBron for everything. LeBron killed All-Star Weekend. I am typically a pretty pro LeBron guy historically in terms of his impact on the league, but like he is responsible for this. Like he didn't do the dunk contest, and he has set the standard. But once he's gone, you're going to have older guys who might be willing to compete. One of the ones that we got to get on the side of actually wanting to like have this weekend be something important is Ant. We have to get Ant on board.
You have to.
Ant being the one that was like the least interested and was the most like disrespectful of the game 2 years ago is a major problem. Like Ant has to be the face here. And so he's going to have to be the one that kind of takes charge and is like, I'm going for MVP.
Do we want to make some predictions before we get out of here?
Sure.
All-Star team winner?
I like Team Stars. Stripes is the big heavy. They've got KD and all these other guys.
Old head team, as KD put it. Yeah.
If Stars don't defer to them, that's my concern. Is they're going to be like, well, we're not going to win this because we respect the old guys. But if the Stars actually try and compete and win this, or if Stars beat the world team and world beats Stripes, then I do think that I think Stars has a legitimate chance to win this thing. I think Stars is very underrated with the cast that they have, and I have a surprise MVP pick, Wes.
Haize, what's your team pick?
Stars, I guess. I don't care. I don't care.
Right, we're all on team Stars. I agree with Matt. I think they have the best 3-point shooters, which tends to matter. And to your point, Matt, I don't think a team with Anthony Edwards and Devin Booker is deferring to anybody, right? I think those teams, those guys are going to want to crush on.
I like Haize is like, I gave you 30 minutes of caring about this. I have run out of my time. Like weird. That's all I can give you. I like Tyrese Maxey for MVP.
Yep. I had Devin Booker for MVP. Just the Suns have been trying hard all season, so I figured maybe that's part of Booker's deal now.
Yeah.
He does that. Dunk contest. It's
nope. Keep going.
Don't care. Okay.
Nope. Not even a little bit. Not even in the slightest. No one knows who these guys are.
3-point contest.
Dame. I'm just gonna pick Dame just for the ish and giggles.
Shows up once this season, wins the 3-point contest, and leaves. Goes back to his rehab. Matt.
No shocker. I'm taking Tyrese Maxey. Do you know who has hit the most shots from between 28 and 30 feet? Those starry shots that are way deep that count for more points.
Is it Tyrese Maxey?
It's Tyrese Maxey. He's gonna win this thing.
I'm going Con Knipple.
Okay. The favorite.
Is he the favorite?
He is the favorite, and no rookie has ever won it.
Yeah, he's kind of a winner. Winners win things. I don't know. I'm taking him. I think he's got the right shot for it too. If you like what you heard today, subscribe to Locked On NBA Daily wherever you get your podcasts, including on YouTube. Thanks to Matt and Haize for their expertise every day. Thank you for making the Locked On Podcast Network your first listen. It's the All-Star break. We're not on break. We'll be back on Monday. We'll see you then here on Locked On NBA Daily.